It turns out that the experience of being an invisible person would be so terrible. To create a suitable disguise, they poured glue all over my body and spread it evenly across my face, then used an electric fan to dry it quickly. After the glue solidified, they used a small knife to cut an opening at the mouth, then cut 2 holes where the eyes would be. Just like that, a realistic human skin mask was created, and finally, they put sunglasses on me. I finally looked like a normal person. But over the following days, they administered massive drug injections to me daily. Confined in the laboratory, I became increasingly agitated, so on this particular day, I ignored my companion's attempts to stop me and resolutely left this place. When I returned home, I accidentally caught my neighbor across the street changing clothes. But just as I was filled with anticipation, she would pull the curtains shut. This left me somewhat disappointed, but when I looked at myself in the mirror, I suddenly realized that I now possessed the ability to become invisible, and thus an evil thought surged from deep within my heart.
Who's gonna know?
So as she was showering, I quietly rang the doorbell. To my surprise, she didn't open the door but instead peeked through the peephole. Seeing no one outside, she turned to leave. So I buzzed the doorbell 3 times, which finally irritated her. As soon as she opened the door, I slipped inside quietly. Before she realized what had happened, I pushed her onto the bed. Meanwhile, when my colleague Anna learned that I had left the laboratory without permission, she immediately rushed to my home to check. However, she only found the mask I had discarded. Sensing something was wrong, she immediately notified the other colleagues. What she hardly knew was that I was nearby, observing her every move. When everyone gathered in the laboratory to discuss how to find me, I suddenly appeared at the doorway, claiming I had only gone home to retrieve a book. Everyone was furious about my unauthorized departure, and Anna even warned me that if I left without reason again, she would report me to our superior and have me fired immediately. Faced with Anna's threat, I had no choice but to obediently return to the laboratory, but the idea of escape never disappeared. Lying in bed that night, I pondered ways to escape. That's when I noticed the thermal imaging camera nearby, and a perfect plan instantly formed in my mind. I found a videotape and replaced the surveillance system, making the monitors loop the recorded footage, then slipped out of the laboratory undetected. The first thing I did after escaping was to go to my superior's home, preparing to eliminate this potential threat. I opened the door to his backyard, and he came out puzzled to investigate, but found nothing. The moment he lit his cigarette, I ended my superior's life. The next step was to settle accounts with the team members because only they knew my true identity. When they tried to escape via elevator, they discovered the access code had been changed. I told them through the intercom that our superior was dead and now no one would leave alive. Relying on their numerical advantage, the group rushed toward the broadcast room, searching everywhere with thermal imaging equipment, and indeed discovered a human figure. Just as they prepared to subdue the target with tranquilizer guns, what appeared from the cabinet was the corpse of a colleague who had been left behind earlier. She had already been murdered. Everyone fell into panic, not knowing what my next move would be.